Hello and welcome to the incredibly influential and highly successful podcast. My name is Kael. I'm incredibly influential.
And I'm Danny, and I'm highly successful.
Today is just barely like the end of Wednesday, May 7th, as we're recording this. Remember last week when we said we didn't go see Thunderbolts and we probably should have because apparently it was good? Um,
You're talking to like the audience or me? Because
yeah, well,
I,
both of you, yeah,
I was there, yeah, so I remember.
yeah. And I mean, the audience was there because they listened. Because they listened to the last episode. Because they
Yeah,
listen to every episode, right, audience? And they remember everything we say in it. Right, audience?
right, audience, right, audience. This is the part where y'all say, "Yeah, for sure."
There's going to be a pop quiz later. So, I
You
guess it's
know,
not a
like,
pop quiz. But there's going to be a quiz later.
well, like you won't know when it's happening. That's the pop part of it, you know.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I don't know when I'll release it. But, yeah. So, I got around to seeing it. Did you, Daniel San?
What movie were we supposed to watch again?
Thundercuts.
Thundercats.
Ha, yes, the new Avengers. Yes, Danny, I get it. Good job.
Oh, yeah, that one. Yeah, I watched that one for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was so confused. There's a
Uh,
there's little asterisks, you know. It's like you didn't even understand. We're already spoiling the movie.
they spoiled it themselves. This is like when Anakin's like, "You turned her against me." No, they have done that themselves. I love that I can make Star Wars references now, and now you legally have to understand them because I made you watch those movies.
You know what like the worst thing is though? Like I was on Instagram earlier and it like recommended me a Star Wars meme.
oh hell yes! I've broken your algorithm already. Oh
And I almost thought
man,
about sending it to you, but I was like, no, I can't like send it because
come
then
on.
it's gonna ingrain itself in the algorithm even more. I'm like, but for a second I thought about it. I was like, he would get this, and I was like, no, no, can't do that. It might be over. It might be over for me right now.
You're cooked. You're cooked. You're
My
so cooked.
my algorithm's like actually gonna be busted.
I've broken him. Chat. I've broken him. He's gonna be talking about Ben Beeblesworth, right? He's gonna be talking about how Ben Quadneros was robbed in the Boons of Eve Classic in 32 BBY, right? He's gonna be fucking he's gonna be having a Jedi Council power scaling video where he talks about how Yarael Poof could totally beat Yaddle in a 1v1. You know? He's gonna be talking
Don't
about
just keep saying Don't, you can't just keep saying
he's gonna
over and
keep
over
he's
again.
gonna talk about which Jedi Council chair is the most comfortable. He's gonna be like, oh yeah, I really fuck with Oppo Rancissis's chair. You
You know
know,
what? This might be actually like fixing it for me. I think that I'm getting cured as you're talking more because
you know,
I'm zoned now. That's how you know it's working.
you're gonna be talking about Plim Scrimby making the Kessel Run in less than 10 parsecs and beating Han Solo's record, but nobody ever talks about it. You don't know how many of those I made up and how many of those are real.
And let's keep it that way. You know what I mean?
Oh no, no, don't worry, Danny. I've completely destroyed your algorithm. It's okay. It's okay. I'll
I'm just
destroy your YouTube algorithm too, because I'm gonna send you all my favorite YouTube poops.
every
Oh
single time
man,
like you send me something now, I'm just gonna not click on it if it looks Star Wars related from the
I
start
think
of
it
the video.
already fucks up your algorithm. That's the problem. I think it already like even just being sent it fucks up your algorithm. So I think you're fucked anyway, no matter what
Um,
happens.
it might be Jover, guys. It might be Jover.
It's so Jover. We're so back. We're so back, chat. Um but speaking of things that are back, uh we should go back to talking about Thunderbolts because that's the topic of the episode. oh man. They sure killed off Taskmaster real fast, didn't they?
It pisses me off so much every single
Why?
time.
That was such a terrible version of her. Or
I
see,
just
literally of him. It's supposed to be a dude.
I don't know. It upsets me more that they just gave up on the character entirely after one film.
That's fair. But like,
Cause like
yeah,
in my
no.
mind, I was like, okay, this is really bad, but like in some universe, maybe they will make it better. And they're like, no, we're not even gonna try.
You know what pisses me off? They're basically giving up on the MCU after this, cause the Fantastics are gonna show up in this one, and then it's gonna be the end of the universe, cause Secret Wars and all that bullshit. I wonder if we're gonna get Doctor Doom ripping Thanos' skeleton out. I hope so. That shit kind of
Thanos,
goes hard.
they're gonna bring
Yeah,
back Thanos. You think?
yeah. And then Doctor Doom's gonna rip his skull and spine out of his body. It's fucking awesome, dude. That panel goes so fucking raw. It's fucking crazy. But speaking of things that go raw, do you think Bob and Yelena are gonna fuck?
They did kind of give me that energy a little bit.
Yeah, he was kind of giving her like the fuck me eyes. He was really going for it. I'm kind of impressed though. Like, hey man, more power to you. He's my boy, Bob.
I
I
got
all
a
right.
poster. They gave me a poster whenever went up to get my tickets. There's like, oh yeah, and here's your poster, and I was like, oh cool, poster.
I don't know if you have enough room on your wall for that.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with the poster, but they just handed it to me whenever I said, here's my ticket. They said,
Yeah,
and here's your poster, and I was like, oh.
AMC just be doing weird shit like that.
I think it's because I watched
Remember
it
the?
in IMAX. Apparently, like
Yeah, probably.
IMAX gives me a poster.
I didn't feel like it was worthy of seeing in IMAX. I feel like it was kind of more small scale. It didn't really need the IMAX thing.
Well, like
Um,
all are the same price for me.
I guess I can never really tell the difference, to be honest. I'm I was never able to tell the difference when they made the shift from DVD to Blu-ray. Never able to tell. Never able to tell the difference. Like I can barely tell the difference between 720 and 1080p um on like a computer. Like honestly. It's not really my I'm not really a big graphics guy. Um but like yeah, no, I a lot of this movie felt kind of like um Captain America Brave New World. Like the political stuff sort of was framed in a way that was very Brave New World ish. Um and that kind of stuff. I was like, "Oh, they're redoing it. I don't know if I like it because I didn't really like it the last time." Because as much as I love Julia Louis Dreyfus, as much as holy shit they made her a fucking milf in this movie, um, or I feel like genetics made her a milf in real life, but like yeah, they were really giving her some like milf energy in this movie. Um, like yeah, no, it wasn't as compelling as like Harrison Ford because Harrison Ford's fucking awesome. I don't know why they made him try so much in that movie. I don't know why they made Harrison Ford actually act in Brave New World. I don't know what the fuck was going on there. Uh but like he was actually trying and that was kind of cool. But like yeah, I feel like in this movie, I don't feel like they gave Bucky a lot to do in this movie. Don't you think?
Um, I could see that. Yeah, I could see that.
He felt
He
very ancillary.
he didn't do a ton. Now that I'm thinking about it.
He felt like Yoda in Attack of the Clones, where he just kind of like shows up and like rallies the troops and shit like that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
for sure, for sure. I remember what you're talking about.
Yes, you do. That's the sad part is you do.
I
You're
don't.
pretending like you don't,
I
but
don't.
you do.
I
You
don't.
watch that movie.
I
You
don't
watch
remember
that
it.
movie.
I do
Are you
not recall.
you're
I'm
trying to
sorry.
self gaslight into pretending like you don't remember that
I
movie, but
don't. I just don't remember.
no,
I
you remember
wish
Yoda
I
jumping
did.
around like a goblin on ketamine, fighting Saruman. You remember that?
You're just saying so many names right now. I just
No, that's not
wish.
true.
I
You know exactly
wish
what I'm talking about.
we were on the same page, but I'm
No,
just
you don't, because you keep
not.
trying to deny that you're a Star Wars fan. You keep trying to deny that these movies fucking
What is
cook.
this Star Wars thing you keep talking about? That's
I'm gonna make you watch Andor, and you're gonna be like, "Oh my god, actually, this is kind of fucking Kino," because it is Kino. If Pill Dickle were here, he would agree with me. Andor is fucking Kino. Um, it's a
Andor.
shame we're only getting two
Andor.
fucking seasons.
You're saying so much right now. You really are. I just at the same
Keen.
time you're
All
not really
right.
saying
What's
anything.
really funny is that Kino is like slang for good filmmaking, but also Kino is a character in Andor, so it does kind of sound like I'm just saying words right now. But Andor's fucking hype. It is some of the best TV on right now. I don't think it's as good as people say it is. I think it's maybe like a solid 8.5 out of 10 instead of like a 10 or a 9. But it is kind of fucking Kino. It is pretty fucking hype. Um, Danny, you know how I said Revenge of the Sith was hype city?
Vaguely recall
I
something
said
about
it.
Hype
I said
City.
it quite a few times. I would say Andor is hype nation.
I don't know if anything can be. I think Hype City was like the peak. I thought.
No, hype nation. Hype nation is bigger. Um, and as we know, bigger is better. Um, which is kind of a shame because these Thunderbolts kind of have very lackluster superpowers. Ghost, I will say, has
Well,
the
we have three super soldiers.
yeah. Why are there
Um,
three super
we have
soldiers?
another Black Widow type, and then Ghost is the only one that really has powers. If we don't include Bob, which I don't know if we should really.
I I don't know how they're gonna do anything in future if Bob has reality altering powers like that.
Yeah, because Bob was absolutely wild. The amount of like power he showed, like in the two scenes that he popped off.
His fight scenes were so sick though.
Yeah, but like I don't know what they're gonna do with Bob. They had to nerf
Yeah,
him by giving him
they
mental
do need to
issues.
nerf the shit out of him. They need to nerf him so good because unless Doctor Doom becomes like God King Doom from Secret Wars, Sentry's gonna be able to fucking lick his ass in like 2 seconds flat.
Well, besides like, is there anybody in the MCU that could even go against Sentry at this point? Because he's supposed
Wanda?
to be. Yeah, but Wanda died, or we're
No, she's
supposed to
not dead.
believe she died.
We're supposed to believe she's dead. She's not fucking dead. Wanda could take him. Um, maybe Doctor Strange. Maybe Dormammu. Maybe
Like, let's be honest, they're not gonna bring back Dormammu.
no. But you asked if anyone could take out Sentry, and I'm giving
They're not
names.
gonna bring back Dormammu. Let's not even throw Dormammu into like the possibilities right now.
Dormammu could do it though. Dormammu could do it.
It's just not gonna happen, unfortunately. Is
Deadpool could do it because he knows he's in a show or a movie or a comic book or a
he
video
know
game.
he knows he's in like something.
In Marvel vs. Capcom, whenever you play as Deadpool, he can literally use his own health bar as a weapon. So yeah, that's pretty OP. So Deadpool, um, yeah, I think the only way you can beat Sentry is if you have like some kind of spell and you get him before he knows you're a threat. So uh, Wanda, Doctor Strange, Dormammu, maybe Wongers. Wongers could probably do it. Um,
Good old
maybe
walkers.
maybe I was gonna say maybe the Christian God, but that's
The
DC. DC is the Christian God.
I still think
Um,
that it's crazy how like just what's it called? Bad like Thor is as a god in relation to all these other threats.
mhm.
it feels like because he's like the only like actual god that would mean something, but it doesn't really.
Yeah, I mean they did sort of bring that up as a point when Sentry was like, I mean, you said I was more powerful than the Avengers. The Avengers have Thor. Thor is a god. I am a god, you know. Um
He brings up good points. He brings up good
he
points.
does. He's kind of based actually. He's kind of based. Even when he's like feeling evil and like, in his whole asshole Sentry mode, like not quite void yet, but asshole Sentry, he's still kind of base where it's just like, no, they're just not a threat to me. Like I don't even give a fuck about them. Like what the fuck are they gonna do to me?
Is very based. Is very based.
Bucky has a fucking 32 ACP submachine gun. Like even on a normal person, 32 ACP basically tickles, right? It's like what the fuck is he gonna do, right? Like the fuck, the fuck. No. Also, where did he get that? Where did he get that? Did he fill out the tax stamp to get that? Because that's a full auto pistol. That's like 3 different tax stamps you got to fill out with the ATF. Bucky, how did you do that? How do you own that gun legally, dude? What the fuck? What the fuck, Richard? Yeah, I don't know. Wait, who is the third super soldier? You said there were 3 super soldiers.
So
Oh,
it's
Red Guardian. I forgot
yeah,
about
Red
Red
Guardian.
Guardian.
But he has like the Soviet super soldier serum, which is I think
Not as
weaker.
good. Not as
Yeah.
good. Not as good. I mean, that's just sort of Soviet everything. Not as good.
Let me
Um,
tell you though, he's like such a funny character. I liked him a lot in like the what's it called Black Widow.
I didn't laugh a single time in this movie.
But I liked his character. I think that he brought some
Energy.
decent lines. Yeah, some decent energy. That's really what it was, energy.
I saw this movie alone at 10 a.m. on a Tuesday. I did not laugh a single time. I was the only person in the theater. I did
It,
not laugh once. It is not funny, but I don't know. It's pretty good. I wouldn't say Marvel cooked, but maybe they got like a one of those. I don't want to say the names of any brands, so as to either dissuade or encourage further sponsorships, right? I want to stay neutral on brand, but like, it's kind of like one of those like brands where they send you the meal and you just make it from the kit, right? So that's not quite cooking, but they made something edible, right? It's not like Brave New World. It's not like the Marvels. It's not like fucking all those shitty Marvel movies, right? It was actually kind of good. It's not as good as everyone says it is, right? Everyone's acting like it's the second coming of fucking Christ. It's not. It's not.
it is pretty good though.
Yeah, I will say people are certainly forgetting a lot of the big parts of it that sucked, or were boring. A lot of it was boring. A lot of it was boring. But a lot of it was good. Yelena, Florence Pugh is good, but I don't know if she's like enough to carry it. I've seen her better written. I've seen her better written. She has a lot better chemistry with Haley Steinfeld. That their scenes together in Hawkeye are really good. Um I feel like she was better written there and she had better chemistry there. I feel like in this one it's not as good. But her and Bob have very good chemistry. Very different chemistry than her and Kate, obviously, because Yelena's given him the fuck me eyes. Um what is it with Black Widow chicks and people who could snap them in half, right? First it's normal
With the
Black Widow
Hulk,
who wants to fuck the Hulk. Um and Yelena wants to fuck Sentry, and the tiny Israeli one wants to fuck Bucky. You know, like ladies, they could kill you at any second. I guess
which
that's how they get
one?
their rocks off.
Which
You
which
know,
one? Which one was the Israeli one?
from
trying to
Brave New
remember.
World, the small one. She's like 4'11".
Oh, I Okay, I completely forgot about her until
Yeah.
just now.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult not to forget about her because that movie is so fucking terrible. Yeah.
Uh, but uh,
She's 5'2".
is she actually 5'2"? That's
Yeah, I looked it up. I googled. Yep. 5'2". Uh
interesting. Well, I was
but
gonna say, what is it? What is it?
do you think Bucky's arm has a finger blast setting?
I never truly thought about it.
Well, you're thinking about it now, Danny. You're thinking about it now.
Well, it was given to him as a gift
From the
by
Wakandans.
from the Wakandans.
From Wakandan chicks.
You think maybe, it's hard to.
I mean, the Dora Milaje are definitely. Oh, I was gonna say the Dora Milaje are definitely finger blasting each other, but the main lady in the Dora Milaje was fucking the main dude in the Rhino tribe. So what do I know? What was it? Daniel Kaluuya from Get Out. It's Get Out from Get Out.
Oh yeah, Mr. Get Out from Get
Yeah,
Out.
yeah, John Get Out. Yeah,
Okay, how can we
Mister.
forget?
Please, Mister Get Out was my father. Call me John.
Of course. It all makes sense if you really think about it.
Yeah, of course. And then and then after the crazy white lady tried to kill him, he went to his dad's horse ranch and hung out with his sister, and then his dad was Keith David, the Arbiter. And then the Arbiter fucking died because Master Chief wasn't there to protect him. And then that was Nope. That was the movie Nope.
There's just so many things that I'm learning.
Yeah.
Uh, I remember that one time where what's it called? I was watching a movie. No, actually, it wasn't a movie. It was Weird Al, and he was
Yeah.
and he was telling me all about my this your Anakin guy.
Yeah. I think I heard that like someday like way down the line that he might be Darth Vader. But like right now, honestly, I don't know. He's kind of just like a little small fry. You know what I mean?
That's what I heard too, but
Um,
you never know. You never know.
and such a small little kid, right? He left his home and he kissed his mommy. He was like, all right, mom, so long, cause like soon I'm gonna be a Jedi. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah. you
Uh
know.
huh. Yeah. It's all making like we're on the same page, I think.
I heard Qui-Gon and Yoda actually got into it over this kid, right? I heard Qui-Gon had some choice words for Master Yoda.
Yeah, man. Qui-Gon, am I right? Am I right?
Did you hear about that? I think he was like uh shove it in your pointed hearing orifice. I don't know. He must have said it a little bit more succinctly.
I'm trying to recall exactly, the phrasing I guess he used.
Yeah. I don't know. I heard they all fought in some like big epic war. Um
Oh, I heard about that. I heard about that. It was quite the war.
yeah, I heard there was a lot of casualties though, some ships blew up, some pilots fried. Yeah. Apparently a lot of folks were croaking. Um but at the end of the day, like the battle droids were broken, right? And that's really all that matters at the end of the day, right? You know?
It's poetic, really. Crazy poetic.
Yeah. I mean, when you're in this business, right? You got to be like, "Hey, at the end of the day, right? You got to look at it and you got to say, "Hey, you know, like, a lot of folks were croaking, but the battle droids were broken." You know what I mean? Someone should write a song about that though. maybe maybe to the tune of like some classic song from the 70s, right?
You think so? You
Yeah.
really think so?
Yeah. I think it'd be really cool.
But what song though? It's hard to.
Uh I mean, you know, uh oh man. I don't know. I'm kind of
Creeper,
hungry though,
ah
Danny.
man. Creep,
Da-
creep, creeper, ah man.
yes, Danny. We heard the joke the first time. You didn't
Creep,
have to repeat
creep,
it louder.
creeper, ah man.
I don't
Do,
know,
do you,
Danny. I'm kind of hungry. I kind of want some dessert. Um, do you want some American pie?
hmm,
You were stifling a laugh there. Come on. Come on. Come on, give it
hmm,
to me.
hmm, hmm, hmm,
I knew it, you little bitch.
Interesting, curious.
Um, we should keep talking about Thunder Cunts. How did you feel about Walker in this?
I didn't mind him.
I feel like they made him dumber. They need to stop making him dumb. He was a genius. He was supposed to be like literally a genius before this, right? Why do they keep making him a dumbass? It feels like they don't know how to make a strong blonde character who's not a dumbass, right? Like Captain America, kind of a dumbass. Thor, a complete dumbass. Um, fucking yeah, like come on, man.
well, we got a new blonde character in this movie. You know, if you don't,
Yeah, Bob can
their
be a
hair is dyed.
dumbass. Bob can be a dumbass, and Red Guardian can be a dumbass. We don't need three dumbasses.
Also, Yelena had her hair dyed. I don't know if that means anything. Does it
Uh,
mean anything?
I guess I don't know. Um, wouldn't it be funny if like there was a love triangle between Red Guardian, Ghost, and uh Walker? Would you watch that?
Um, that would be interesting. Would be very interesting.
I'd watch that.
I don't really know how I would think about that, but it would be interesting for sure.
What would happen if you were banging Ghost, but then she did her powers and turned invisible and like intangible? What would you do?
Ah, that's another interesting one, isn't
Right?
it?
Right? I'm asking the real questions now, Danny.
You know, like what happens if she uses her power and she like stops using them while she's, inside of like a physical object? Does she break the object? Does she like merge with the object? You know, like Pokemon fusion type of thing? Like,
No, I think she said she would get crushed to death and die.
well, yeah, that was dirt though, but like I'm talking about uh what's it called? Like if it was like a person, she phased into a person by accident. Is that person just dead on sight, instantly?
I feel like if this was the boys, they would both explode.
They would both explode? You don't think
Yeah.
that, she just has like the toughness to just
No. No. Because she's a normal person. She just has the ability to phase through solid objects.
you do
You know, that's pretty normal, right? Like, I do that all the time.
yeah, like average Tuesday,
Mm hmm. I mean, that's what I did literally right after I finished the movie.
You just merged into, another
That's how
person's
I got
body.
out of the theater. I phased my way through. It was really easy, actually.
That's crazy interesting. Let's talk
Yeah.
about that. Like, I feel like we've kind of said our spiel about the movie. Let's talk about
Yeah,
this
let's definitely
interesting
talk about
development.
that. Let's talk about that right now. Oh no, it's the ad break. Oh no. Let's be real. Life is a mess. If you've ever wanted to scream into the void, why not talk to our sponsor instead? That's right. This episode is sponsored by my very own mother, Amanda Redwine. She's a licensed therapist who actually gets it. No weird therapy voice, no judgment, just real talk for people who are tired of pretending that they're all right. She works with LGBTQIA plus clients, couples, and anyone who just needs someone to talk to. And she does Zoom clients too, so your cat can be emotionally supported too. Visit amandaredwine.com to schedule therapy because ranting at your group chat only helps so much. All right, we're back. What's up, bitches? What's good? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. We had a bit of a time skip. It's probably good to address that.
Yeah, we had a bit of a time skip. Uh I had my last two finals and I just turned in my final paper for my for this semester's work on my honors thesis. So, I am done for the semester as of right now. Would you like to hear what my grades were?
You already got your final grades back?
Um, Everything except for my honors thesis, yeah.
Oh man, I've been waiting to get my grade back. I took my test. Today's Thursday. I took it Tuesday. I'm kind of
Mm-hmm.
like on the edge of my seat because like that kind of
Determines whether you live or die.
yeah, a little bit. Cause my grade in the class before that was like not the greatest, mostly because I kind of tanked the first final a bit.
Rip. That's a ripperoonie right there.
No, 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 no. But I I I decided, instead of dropping the class, I was like, let's push through a bit, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then towards like I guess a 2/3 point of the class, I went in one day and he's like, guys, let me tell you about this great thing called the I forget. It's a policy amnesty policy.
Yeah, yeah.
Did I tell you about that already?
No.
Okay. Well, pretty much the way it works is that for a lot of like engineering classes, including this one, the policy is if you get an A on the final, you instantly pass the class with an A.
Yeah. Oh,
Re-
you did say this. You did
re-
say this. I don't know if
regardless
you.
regardless of how you did in the rest of the class. But
Yeah.
for this class specifically, he said whatever grade you get on the final, if it's better than your class average, will replace your grade, right? So this one's a little bit more lenient,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm hoping that I made a C or higher. I from how I feel I did on the final, I think I got a B,
That's
but
fair.
I wanna, confirm before I, start celebrating.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I got my shit back. Sometimes same day. Most of our shit was pretty easy to grade. A lot of it was multiple choice. Some of it was even online. So I literally the two finals I did today were online. So I got my grade back immediately. Um, I got a so in total, I'll go in order of classes in which I did their finals. So Monday morning, my 10 a.m. class on adolescent development, I got a uh A. I got an A. In my uh 2 to 3 class on drugs and addiction, I got an A minus, which is good because it's really not my field. Um, uh, in my motivation and emotion class, I got A. I need to stop doing that. I need to stop prefacing with the word a instead of the word an. But yeah, I got an A in that one as well. And then in this HR class that I took this morning, I kind of bombed the final, so I got a B. Um, and then in my second law class, I got a B plus. So not terrible, not great. Um, you know,
Yeah, my final grades, like I said, for the one that's still being graded, I'm thinking that I'm gonna get a B,
Mm-hmm.
somewhere around there. That's kind of what I'm feeling. It depends on how many points the professor takes away, and if I got a mistake on a part that I feel really confident on. But I feel, like I said, I feel very very confident that I didn't get a mistake
Mm-hmm.
on the parts that I'm thinking. So that I'm thinking B. C, worst case scenario, hopefully, right? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
the other class I'm taking, the at U of H, I think I got a B plus.
That's good.
And then my class at Lone Star, I think I want to end up getting a C plus, but because it's at Lone Star, it's not going to really affect my GPA.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough.
So like, it doesn't matter to me as much if it's not great because I'm just going to transfer it. I'm going to get the credit, then all's good. The GPA only really matters, before I transferred anyways.
Mm-hmm.
And I only took 3 classes this semester. I might take one during the summer though, so we'll see about that.
Yeah. I mean, as long as you're happy. People always say grades don't define you, and I guess I agree with that, but I only agree with that for other people and not myself. So, like,
I feel like
yeah.
for me, like it depends on how much you care about grades. And for my university like career, I would like to do everything A or B. At
Yeah.
Lone Star, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of did slack off a little just because I knew that the GPA wasn't gonna matter.
Mm-hmm.
But going forward into like my university classes, I'm gonna try my best to like keep my grade up. The only
Yeah.
reason why I stuck out the one class that I told you I was doing really bad in is because of that amnesty policy. And I feel like I was doing really well in the class, like actually in the class, not like not on the assignments, but in the class.
Yeah.
That's why I was confident that I could like bink the final and be fine.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we'll see. You'll have to keep us updated. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm glad we got some, I'm glad we both got some decent grades out of it, That's good. Always good to be on top of that. Get a good GPA. I don't I might make Dean's List this year. I'm not sure. Probably not.
I do have to submit one last assignment for like my Lone Star class, but I'm gonna try to knock that out today. That way I can be chilling tomorrow. Did I tell
Uh-huh.
you what I'm doing tomorrow?
No.
Well, I've been talking to Dylan and Monica, and they've been saying like, "Oh, we have plans every single week." Apparently, the plan for this week is that tomorrow our uncle invited us to like a game night at his place,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm a bit, I don't know, skeptical of, because my uncle doesn't really seem like the type to host an event like a game night.
I understand that. I get what you
Be-
mean by that. Yeah.
because everybody has like a different idea of what they think a quote unquote game night should be.
Mm-hmm.
I think it might be more of like party games instead of like an actual like in-depth game night,
Yeah.
which is fine, right? But I feel like those are the type of games we always play, right? It's always like the
Yes.
very surface level party games. I'd like to find a game night where it's people locking in for a couple hours on like a few really really involved games versus
You
it just
want you
being
want to play Catan. You want to be one of those motherfuckers. One of those fucking board game people who play fucking Catan.
uh well, it'd be nice if I could find like a solid group of 4 at least, because I think me, Dylan, Monica, we're like locked in for that sort of stuff, and we might be able to convince one other person. I just don't know who it is yet. It's definitely not my sister. My sister has like such
No,
a
your
short
sister
attention
is not that
span.
type. Your
Such a
sister's not
short.
that type.
We tried to get her to like certain things, and she did like one of the games that I thought was a bit too complicated for her. But like besides that,
I mean, it seems really patronizing to be like, "Oh yeah, I thought it would be too complicated for
no,
her."
no, not too complicated for her. It's just that like she's not the type of person to commit to a long game, and she committed to that one game one time, and she really enjoyed it. So I'm like thinking to myself, okay, maybe there's a world where she'll lock in more often, but it depends on who she's around. Because if we bring either her new boyfriend around or we bring Amanda around, she gets way too distracted and won't ever be able to lock in.
They're bad influences on her.
Y- Well, they're like bad influences on themselves, on each other, because like we can't get Amanda to lock in either whenever Brianna's around.
What about what's her name? Chick with the uh crazy dad. What about him or her? Yeah,
Okay.
get him over. Actually, get him for a game night. Hell yeah, hell yes. That sounds like a
Mm.
good idea, Danny. That sounds like a fucking great idea. Holy shit, Danny.
I
Come
need to
on.
see how she is with like those sort of games.
Mm-hmm.
She's fine with most games. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like she's not the most competitive. And you know those people that are like, "Oh, I don't care about winning, so I won't really try it," and it's kind of frustrating. She's kind of like
Yeah.
that sometimes,
Oh,
which
I
I
hate
don't.
those people.
Which I don't. Let me tell you, Monica did that one day, and it pissed me off so much because she gave up, but she gave up in like a very inconvenient way that made it to where Dylan was gonna instantly win, and I was like, "How could you do this to me?"
Because they're fucking boinking.
I
They
know,
have to do that for each
I
other.
get that, but like we were sitting here for like an hour. I'm just like, just lock in for a little bit longer, please. That way,
You just wanted to win. You just wanted to
I
win.
just,
You're
I
not
just
mad
want,
that she
I
gave up.
just,
You're just mad that she didn't give up in a way that made you win.
I'm mad in any way that's unfair, and Dylan would have done the exact same thing if it was the opposite way. That's why it would have been fair to everybody if
Well,
he just
yeah,
stuck
cuz
around a little bit
he's
longer.
fucking boinking her. If he doesn't do that, then he's not going to get fucking laid.
But like it's things like that it's like, what's the point of me playing for like 45 minutes to an hour if you're just not gonna commit? You know what I mean?
I mean, I guess. Yeah, I mean,
So
kind of.
I need to see how Monica's new friend is about that. Whenever we play like some complicated games, but this game
When
night,
are we going to be allowed to call her by name?
I'm not gonna lie to you, she's kind of like integrating herself into the group, like because she's here like almost every single weekend. She's kind of like the new Andreas in that way, because I don't did I ever tell you like the background story of like where we found Andreas?
No.
Right? Because Andreas isn't related to us,
Yeah,
uh,
I know that. Yeah.
but he might as well be family at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, you can kind of I can kind of tell that from your dynamic. Yeah, he comes over quite a bit. Him
So
and that one other dude that you're friends with lives up the block.
yeah, but he's not over like every weekend though, like the same way Andreas is. Andreas is like almost every single weekend, which is why it's like even more for him. But yeah, that's
Mhm.
my friend Tony. Tony's real cool.
Tony's Tony, you know.
Tony is Tony, like he.
Tony is just out here doing Tony stuff, right?
Man, I need to talk to Tony. It's been like a week or two.
He
It's been,
lives just down the road from you. What the fuck you mean?
I know, but like you got like Tony's one of those things that you can't rush. You can't do too much. Tony's a unique character. Anyways, back to the Andreas, right? Back to the Andreas of it all. So Andreas and my sister Brianna
Yes.
went to school together.
Yes.
Uh, I believe they graduated at the same time,
Yes.
but she was like super super close. He was super close friends with my sister. And my sister, I'm not gonna
Hang
lie
on,
to
wait. Let
you.
me ask a question. Let me ask a question.
Mhm.
I want to text it so that way I don't accidentally like say too much.
Mm, mm,
Oh, he's typing back, chat. Chat, he's
mm.
typing back. Uh-oh. Oh, he stopped typing. Now he started again. Come on. Hurry up.
Okay. Now where was I?
Hang on. Follow-up question. Follow-up question.
Okay. So they were really close friends in high school, right?
Uh-huh.
And Um, they well, I don't. You don't know how my sister is, but my sister is like really weird sometimes.
Yeah, I know how she
Where
is. Yeah,
where
yeah,
she
yeah.
will so like where like she'll sometimes read into things a bit too much, or she'll like be like okay, like be really mean to her friends like all of a sudden. She I don't really understand her dynamic that she has with her friends too
She's
much.
a woman.
Maybe I there might
That
be
might
more to
be
it
some
there.
womanly shit. Yeah.
But pretty much what happens is she brings him over. Dylan and Andreas click a bit more than me and Andreas click, but
Mm-hmm.
uh, he pretty much kind of acclimates himself to the group.
Yes.
And then even whenever Brianna isn't around as much, he's still here.
Yeah.
He's still friends with my sister.
But just
Uh,
not as much.
he's probably closer friends with our sister. He just he doesn't see her as much like outside of they do work
Mm-hmm.
together, but outside of work they probably don't see each other nearly as much as like whenever he's over here.
Mm-hmm.
I do not like their dynamic sometimes though, because they'll both just purposely like forget to tell us that if they're doing something or omit information.
Yeah.
He'll be the type of person that's like that I message. I'm like, hey, where are you this weekend? He's like, oh, I'm in Oklahoma, and I'm just like, you just didn't want to say anything like before you were in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Which is a bit frustrating, right? It's like it kind of sucks to like message somebody and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm like in California right now." And it's like that seems like some information you tell people.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't. I just go places and do things. I don't need your fucking permission, Danny. How about that? And neither does he. He doesn't need your fucking permission.
But like that's an extreme example, but it could be small things. It could be anything, but it's like one of those things where it's like if it was
Mm-hmm.
just like if it was just you hanging out with friends, just let us know. That way you don't just disappear one weekend. Or it's one of those things where it's like you could also have invited us. It could have been like a big group thing. But I don't
But
know.
like,
They
could
really
you
want to.
afford to, Danny? Could you afford to?
Sometimes they can.
I don't know
Like
if that's
and again,
true.
it's not always like Oklahoma or like California. Sometimes it's like okay, we went to like uh we all went out to like go eat somewhere. We all went out to a party at this place, right? It
I
doesn't
think
have.
you just don't have anything going on outside of your brother
No,
and
my brother
Monica.
agrees with me on this. It's very frustrating that we invite him to like almost everything because we're like, "Oh yeah, that's what you do. You invite your people to things." And then he'll be like him and my sister both just they quote unquote like forget or they're like, "Oh, I'm not in the position to invite you in the friend group." And I'm just like, "That's not how it works." I don't think
No,
usually.
it is. I know what that means. I get what that means,
No,
right? Like,
I get that sometimes, but like that can't be like your all-time excuse. We've been around their friends before. It's not like they don't know us.
yeah, but you
And they're
still
not the type
have
of
to
friend.
be at a certain level in
They're
order
also
to invite people to when you're like in the friend group.
I think they're overthinking it too much. Andreas and my sister are like they care way too much about certain things that I don't think matter, and they just overthink way more about that than really needs to be. And that's what they want to do, I guess.
Well, you have ligma, so I don't want to hear anything about anything. How about that?
But yeah, so that's how we found Andreas. So it's funny that the exact same thing is kind of happening with um Monica's new friend, right? Where she was like
Mm-hmm.
she was Monica's friend, and now so she just comes over like every weekend. She's just a part of the group,
Yeah. Why do
and
you think she keeps coming over? Because it can't be because she likes you.
well, I think she likes she likes hanging out with Monica and all of us. She
Ooh, do you
does.
think maybe she has a crush on Monica? Do you think she's trying to steal Monica from Dylan?
No, I wouldn't say that, but
Or how do you know? How do you know?
mm, you know, I guess you never can.
Exactly. You never know. Maybe you should ask her. When are we allowed to use her name though, Danny? That's the real question.
I don't know. Whenever she's like the type of person that's like super, super like nonchalant and doesn't care about anything. So she probably wouldn't care.
I
But at the
mean,
same time,
she follows the podcast.
it's funny because
If
she's like
she
one of the
listens
12.
to, she knows we're talking about her.
She's one of the 12 people that do, which is it's
What do you mean
crazy.
12? There's 20. Fuck you.
It's a two somewhere in there. I was close enough.
You like fucking balls, dude. Don't bullshit me. Um, but yeah,
Which
we've
is
got
that's
who's
the level of
Smith?
support. Everybody in my family, except for me, is named Smith. You understand that, right?
Who's Smith?
Like I said, everybody in my family except for me is named
Is
Smith
that the
because
first name or the last name?
that's everybody's last name.
He
Me and my
kind of
brother,
he kind of looks like you.
me and my brother are the only two people that are Eden because
Cause your dad.
because in our family, our mom was the only girl.
Yep.
So we're the only ones that have the different last names. You have to
Who's Smith?
you have to I don't know, send me something. I can't tell you who Smith is. I don't.
Hang on. Let me send you their Instagram handle.
All right, I guess that's. Oh, you're just gonna type it in. All
Well,
right.
where do you think do you think I was gonna mentally fucking brain fuck it over to you? The fuck? What do you think I was gonna do? Fucking jerk my dick off
Well,
and throw it at you?
you were obviously already on Instagram.
I'm lazy. And you're looking at the screen. You're supposed to be looking at the screen at least.
That's actually not. That might be his last name, but that guy's not related to me.
You follow him. You're supposed to know. The
Yeah,
fuck?
he's a friend of mine.
Well, who am I?
Well, like, I guess you're also a friend of mine. I would say you're a closer friend of mine.
Wow, Smith, are you just gonna let him fucking say that shit to you? Come on, man. Stand up for yourself, man. Come on. What
Well,
would you do if I was in the DMs with him right now and I was like, and also by the way, and then he like joined the recording? How would you feel about that?
it'd be nice. I haven't talked to him in a minute. I say hi, I guess.
Wow, that's fucked up, Danny. You just fucking leave your friends by the wayside. That's fucked up, dude. That's fucked up. I can't believe you, dude.
He's a
That's
busy
crazy.
guy. I met him at UH. See, this is such a bad bit that we're doing. It really
Wait,
is.
so how did you meet we need a shorter name for her. Either we need to actually use her name or we need to come up with a nickname for her. Oh, remember penis breath? We need something like that for her.
Um,
Yeah, we need an alibi for her.
her name will be Gunfather. That'll be
Gunfather. That's a good one. That's a good one. All right. So, yeah, where did you meet Gunfather again? I
so.
think you explained it, but I wasn't listening. So can you repeat?
So Monica met Gunfather at the movie theater, because she had I think Kindle that she was like reading books on, and Monica is like a big book person.
Kindle, not Kendall. Kindle.
You
It
understood
sounds
what
like
I
you're
meant.
talking about fucking Kendall Jenner, dude.
Kindle, my favorite character from Big Time Rush.
Why are we talking about Big Time Rush, Danny? Why are we talking about Big Time
Back to the
Rush?
story that I was saying.
So,
So
met
Monica,
at the movie theater.
she's like a bit shy, so she goes, "Hey, look, Dylan, she has a Kindle," and he's like, I'm gonna introduce you," and she's like, "No, no, 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 no," and Dylan does it anyways, right?
That's a very pill dickle thing to do.
But obviously, she's a nice person. It works out, and they end up being friends. Later on, like they become like her movie friend, right? They go to the movies together,
Yeah,
and like Monica and her talk about books and things like that.
yeah.
She invites me to the movies one day because because they were doing like the screen unseen thing.
Yeah.
So I go
Did
with
she
them.
pay?
What do you mean?
She invited you. Did she pay?
No, like this is like I think whenever I got my AMC stubs because I got it because
Who
I
paid for
was
the popcorn?
um I don't we don't really do popcorn and drinks too often at the movie theater. I feel like because we go so often because of stubs, like we had reserved that for like the big movies like Minecraft and stuff like that.
Yeah, so you could like throw it around and destroy the theater and commit vandalism.
No, 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 no. I'm just saying like
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean,
we
I actually talked
the
to the employees of the AMC near you. They said,
the
"Hey, watch out for that Danny guy. He threw like a ton of popcorn
I know me by
while he
name.
was
That's
watching the Minecraft
unfortunate.
movie." Well,
You think
yeah,
they have like a picture of me like and it has my name underneath it like on
yeah.
the wall?
If they ever see you again, they're gonna fucking they've got like explicit orders to take you out. They've got like a
Mm.
sniper rifle guy just like in the projector booth. Just like if they see you, boom, just blast you.
It's a good thing I've been going into disguises the last few times I've been,
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, hey, your luck's gonna run out. Your luck's gonna run out. They're gonna figure you out one of these days.
Yeah, but I don't get snacks and stuff. It's always not important to the story. But she invites
Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why she's trying to take you out to the movies. That way she can fucking sell you out to the fucking AMC management. She's a double agent.
who I said Monica invited me to the movies. Is Monica doing this right now?
No, Monica's just doing it because Pill Dickle is just a complete fucking icon of charisma. He's about the only person we know who has almost as much charisma as I do.
Yeah, he just the unspoken charisma really is impressive. Anyways,
Yeah. So like
so
your intelligence but low wisdom and charisma. Monica is high wisdom and intelligence but like low charisma cuz she's shy. Um Dylan is high charisma, uh decent intelligence, decent wisdom. And I'm high intelligence, high wisdom, high charisma, high dexterity, high
no, no, I
constitution,
I
high
get it, but
strength,
like
high
I
luck,
there was a story
high
here
skill,
that we
high
were saying we were talking about.
perception, high. Give me some more attributes, Danny. We're done with this story. We're done with this story. This is about my ego now. I'm
But like,
bored. I'm bored with the
why
story now.
why'd you start with the story
Because
if you
I'm
don't want to
because
hear the story?
why do you plant a seed and not water it, Danny? You plant a seed to gain, you know, yeah, not to play with the roots, but to climb on its branches, Danny. You know,
Why do you talk sometimes?
it's a podcast. It would kind of be terrible if we just sat here in silence. Kind of wouldn't work. It kind of defeats the whole purpose. You know, wouldn't be the world's most entertaining podcast. I'll tell you that much.
Well, how about you tell the viewers of the podcast what you're doing after this?
Uh, I don't know.
Like, aren't you uh gonna be packing up, going? You know, isn't
I
that
guess.
so? Talk
I don't
about
know.
that.
I don't
Say
know.
say
I
things.
don't know. I don't know.
What do you mean? I don't know.
I mean, I don't know if I'm leaving right after this or not. I feel like I
Well,
probably won't because then I'll get in too late.
well, not right after this, but I'm saying like before the
No,
next
my
podcast.
intention was to post this episode on Patreon, get it ready for Tuesday, and then fucking leave like right after.
So you're
But
leaving Tuesday.
no, leave right after this, like recording. Like,
That's what I'm saying. Talk about it. That this is your chance. This is your
oh,
moment in the sun right now. Talk about it.
I mean, I'm gonna drive places.
Why are you so nondescript? Like this
I'm
is
gonna
what the
be
podcast
going.
is talking about things. And you're just so why are you so bad at it all of a sudden?
What's six? How long will it take? Oh, I guess if I left literally right now, I would get there at 7. That I don't know. Do you feel like that's like too late? Right?
No. I got in to like what's it called? Fort Worth at like 11:30 p.m.
I know, but you're a rude asshole. So
But we like left at 7 though. So-
I know, but you're a rude asshole, and I'm not a rude asshole. So
no, like you gotta know who the people are
it's
that
the
you're going to
fireworks
see and how
place.
accommodating they're gonna be. My
I
cousin's
mean,
go.
he had told me to get in as soon as it was convenient for me, but I don't want to be a fucking douche nozzle. Okay, I don't want to be a douche nozzle. I
7's
am
not even late.
I am a non douche nozzle kind of person. You know what I mean? So I
7's
don't.
not even late though. You're fine.
Oh look, I just found his house on fucking Google Maps using the satellite. That's cool. Um, but yeah, no, I don't want to get in late. I don't want to keep him up till fucking all hours of the night. And I'm not leaving right now. I'll have you know. I'm literally fucking. I'm talking
Look,
to your
see,
dumbass.
you're getting caught up on semantics. I just said tell the viewers about your plans, and you're out here.
I don't know what my plans are. I don't know
You
what they
know,
are
you
yet.
know what your plans are. You just don't know the details, like the specific. Like, why are you doing this? Why? What's the
I'm
point?
going somewhere to do something for an undisclosed period of time.
Okay, but like you know where you're going. You know what you're
Where am I
doing.
going?
You may not know the time, but like you know the other two parts. You could just
What am
say
I
it.
doing? What am I doing?
You tell me. That's why I asked you.
This is so funny. I'm such a
How
little character, aren't I?
how are you like so bad at podcast? Like
What do
whenever
you mean bad
I
at podcasting?
I
What are you
throw a topic out
talking
to you.
about?
I give you a topic.
What are you talking
I give you a
about?
line
What do
and
you
you
mean,
say
dude? You're being silly. You're a little character. You're just a goofy little
anyways,
guy.
I I have like I said, I have that game night going on. Besides that, I guess I'll keep you up to date next week on what
Do you want me to talk
happens.
about it or not, Danny? Do you want me to talk
No,
about it or
no,
not?
it's big red button time. So why don't we just big
No,
red button it?
it's not big red button time. It's not big red button
It
time.
feels like it's
I'm
big red
going to
button
get into
time.
every single minuscule, minute fucking detail because you asked so much.
Okay, yeah, let's hear it then.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to get into my motor vehicle after it's been packed, right? I'm gonna take my key, and so I have one of those like actual metal keys instead of like the fobs. So I'm going to put it in the ignition, and I'm
Ooh, you
gonna
know, like
twist it all the
do
way.
you have like the electronics on your car, like on your key?
No, I
You
don't.
don't.
I have full. It's key. It's a real legit key thing. It's probably one of the last years that
You know what?
they made it like that.
Mine also has a legit key thing. I think I can get an, like an electronic if I wanted to, but like I don't care enough to go
I
to the dealership.
Yeah. No. Mine has like the actual like key thing. So I'm gonna turn it in. I'm gonna twist it all the way, and it's gonna settle back into place. I'm
All
gonna
the
let it
way.
go.
Okay,
I'm
interesting.
going
Agree.
to go into. Uh, I'm gonna go into reverse. And I'm gonna start heading south. I'm going
I don't
to
know how
make
it's
a left.
possible. I don't know how it's possible that you like you're overdoing it now.
I'm gonna make a
Now
right. No,
it feels
you
like it's
wanted details. You asked so
you
nicely for
understand
details.
like you understand how to tell a story, right? And you understand
So
that
I'm
certain
gonna
details aren't as
take a
important as
right.
others,
Then I'm
right?
gonna
And I feel
take a
like you don't.
left, and then I'm gonna take a right. And
Yeah,
then I'm gonna
tell us your
go
whole route.
about
Why
40
not?
miles. And then I'm gonna take a right, and then I'm
That's all
gonna
it
go
takes to get
about
onto the mile.
and I'm gonna go about
That's
9 miles. I'm gonna go diagonal left, and then about point 0.3 miles, I'm gonna make a right,
wait. Is that
and then
diagonal up or diagonal down? It's important for the
diagonal
story.
to the left, Danny.
Yeah,
Diagonal left,
there's two diagonals left. There's an up diagonal left and there's a down diagonal left.
like a negative 45 degrees,
Like, but like, here's the thing, right? If you are going
about
on
10:30 p.m. if you're
if
looking
you
at a clock.
if you're going based off of like a circle, it starts at like the x-axis, so that's actually negative 135 degrees. You understand?
No,
Like,
it's not. No, it's not. It starts at the fucking y-axis. You fucking
no,
slut.
no. You're right. You're right. It goes counterclockwise, so it's 135 degrees. Not even negative 135. It's just a positive 135 degrees.
No, you always go clockwise. What are you,
No,
stupid?
you always go
What are you, stupid?
counterclockwise is positive whenever we're
You
talking about
never
degrees of a
go
circle.
counterclockwise. You
Look
never go
in. You know what?
counterclockwise.
Let me I'm gonna look it up right now.
And then I'm gonna make a left in 7.7 miles after the 0.3 miles right turn, and then in 16 miles I'm gonna make another left,
All
and
right
then
here
in
in
3.6 miles.
mathematics and physics, counterclockwise rotation is considered positive,
Nope,
while clockwise is negative. It's
nope,
right there. It's right.
nope,
I'm sorry to tell you,
no.
you're wrong.
It
It
goes from left to right. It goes from left to right. It goes from left.
I'm
Danny,
sorry to
Danny,
tell you, but
Danny.
like
What direction does a fucking sundial go, Danny? What direction does a fucking sundial go?
sundial doesn't move. You just point it to the north
What
and it tells
direction
time.
does the sundial shadow go, Danny? What direction?
Well, if the sun rises from east to west, right? Then that means it would go from west to east.
Hey Danny, hey Danny. You know what? Do you know what you might call that? Do you know what you might call that sort of direction of rotation?
See, that doesn't seem
It's
important to
literally
like what I
ordained
was
by
saying though.
God. Clockwise is ordained by God. God made it that way. I made it that way.
Look. See, you're out
Now
here
I
getting
can't
mad
do
at
the
me.
fucking directions anymore. Now I can't do the fucking direction
You're
anymore. I've
getting
lost
mad
my
at me,
place.
but you
I've
gave
lost
the
my
wrong
place. I didn't
number of
give the wrong.
degrees.
You gave
You
the
gave
right.
the wrong
I gave the
rotation.
fucking right.
We're
I gave it
arguing on
right.
positive and negative when positive is
I'm
counter.
feeling pretty negative
I mean,
right
like
now.
positive is.
Clockwise is ordained by God. It is the right way. It is the right way. It is not the wrong way. It is the only way to go. It is the
It's not
only way.
wrong. It's just negative. It's negative to go clockwise. It is.
Your IQ is fucking negative, but you don't see me complaining about that.
Are you okay, Nick?
So anywho, yeah, it's just negative 45 degrees.
No. Positive 135 degrees because you have
Uh,
to measure it from the positive x-axis.
That's not where you start.
Okay,
That's
let me look
not
this up
where
too.
you start.
I already looked up like positive and negative. Let's look up
Have you
where
ever
we
looked at a
start.
sun? Have you ever looked at the sun? Have you ever looked at the sun?
You start counting degrees of a circle. Let's see for you.
What are you, chat GPTing this shit?
No, I'm looking up reputable sources on Google.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What direction does a fucking sundial turn?
Wait, right here. It says when measuring angles in a circle, you start at 0 degrees on the positive x-axis. Oh my
No,
god,
you
that's
don't.
two
No,
L's.
you don't.
That's two L's so far.
No, you don't. You
Oh
start
my
at
god,
fucking.
I
All
feel
right.
so bad for
Okay.
you right now.
Okay.
How
All right,
proud
Danny.
you are.
Danny, if we're in a war zone, if we're in a war zone, and I tell you, and I want to tell you to watch your in a certain direction, what do I tell you? What do I tell you? Do I say, oh, positive 135 degrees? No, I say you're fucking 10 o'clock. You're fucking 10 o'clock. You're fucking 10 o'clock. Do you know what your fucking 10 o'clock is? Do you know what your fucking 10 o'clock is? Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is, Danny? Do you know? Do you? Do you? Do you?
Well, let me tell you, like if north, that would be northwest, right? But wouldn't that be north by northwest? You know, because it's more north than it is west.
I'm not talking about north and northwest. I'm talking about a diagonal turn.
No, I'm understanding like how many different ways you could have said this, and it would have been way better. But like we're not like we're right now. I'm understanding is that you just don't know how to communicate directions properly.
You don't know shit. You don't know shit. You're the one who doesn't understand how a clock works, Danny.
No, I understand how a clock works. I understand that like angles are positive going counterclockwise, and I understand they start at the x-axis. But that's where you don't. We're losing each other here a little bit, you know.
That's not how fucking circles work. That's not how clocks work. That's not how anything works, Danny.
Look, it might not be how clocks work, but that is how circles work. I'm sorry to tell you.
You wouldn't know a circle if I fucking shoved a circle maker in your asshole and made it gape into that shape, Danny. You wouldn't know a rectangle if I did the same thing.
I don't think you know what you're talking about. Is the problem here?
You haven't defended my any of the accusations that I've made.
Here's the thing.
I just accused you of not knowing what a circle is, even if
I
I gaped your
know
asshole to be a fucking circle.
I know what a circle is. You know how I know what a circle is? Because it's part of like what I do is mathematics, and circles are kind of a part of that. That's how I know the angles are positive going counterclockwise. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but that's just how it works. It really is.
It is counterintuitive. It's literally counterclockwise.
Yeah, counterclockwise positive. Kind of weird, I know, but like it's important whenever you find values in math, to make
But
sure
there is
counterclockwise positive.
counterclockwise is arbitrary. Clockwise is the way the sun works.
Mm,
Clockwise is how shadows work. God made it that way. God said, this is how you're going to measure circles. And you, in your fucking atheistic hubris, said, no, I, man, know better than God. And I have decided to go counter to his wishes. And that's why God doesn't love you, Danny. That's
I
why you're poor. That's why you're
let
poor,
me
because
oh
God
my
doesn't love you, because
let
you've
me
gone
tell
against his
you
wishes.
let me tell you, I feel like that little clip would go so hard on like YouTube, like as like a Christian like speaker, you know what I mean? Like your atheistic hubris.
It is. It is your atheistic hubris. It is. It is. It
It reminds
is.
me of like all those like evangelical priests, like so much.
It is. In your atheistic hubris, you've gone against what God has decided. God decided that the the
I'm sorry, I'm a man of science and math,
you wouldn't
and
know science and math if I tattooed the fucking Pythagorean theorem on your 1-inch penis. Because you'd need a microscope to fucking see it. And you refuse to use it because you're not a scientist.
guys, do you really need to write down the Pythagorean theorem? It's like the easiest thing to remember.
What is it, Danny?
It's a squared plus b squared equals c squared,
Who discovered
or
it?
it's c equals the square root of a squared plus b squared.
Who discovered the Pythagorean theorem?
I believe it was a guy named Pythagoras.
Pythagoras? Wow. Wow. He thinks it's called Pythagoras. Chat.
Well, I don't
Fucking
know
roast him.
history. I know science and math. Why is it you give me a history question now?
You said his name is Pythagoras. Chat. He
Let me
doesn't even
tell
know
you.
Greek, bro. He doesn't even
Let
know
me
Greek, bro.
let me tell you. In oh wait, you know what? That's a great question. Let me Pythagoras.
It's Pythagorean. You fuck. You don't even know how to spell Pythagorean theorem.
Let me see.
Chat, he doesn't even know how to spell Pythagorean theorem, and he's trying to lecture me on it.
No, right here, Pythagoras. Pythagoras.
Bruh, how do you read the Odyssey and not know
Pythag-
how to spell fucking Pythagoras, dude?
Pythagoras.
Chat, chat. Have you been lying this whole time about reading the Odyssey? Because like, no one would make such a mistake like that.
It's weird, that where this is what you're judging my
You
uh
can't even spell
Odyssey.
Pythagoras.
Look, off the top of my head, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not very good at random history facts.
It's not a random history fact. It's a random math fact. And
It
I
is no,
thought
it's
math.
it's history of math, and I'm good at the math part. Okay, let's read this. That way I can be educated.
No, it's time for the big red button.
Oh, now it's time for the big red button.
Yeah, yeah. We didn't hit the time yet. I was stalling for time, idiot. What are you,
What do you mean we
stupid?
didn't hit the time? I'm pretty sure we did hit the time.
No, we didn't. Now we're at an hour and like 12, hour 13, hour 14. But you were trying to do it at 1 hour. I was like, no, we're stalling. We have to stall for another 15 minutes. But now we're here. You're welcome. God,
Let's see.
what are you, stupid or something?
Give me a second. see.
Danny, would you rather be stupid and gay or just gay?
Pass. Pass on that question.
Would you rather be stupid and gay or just gay?
Pass on that one as well.
Would you rather be gay and stupid or just stupid?
Pass.
Chat, I think he's saying he's both gay and stupid. I think he just doesn't want us to know. But we all know, don't we, chat? We all know.
Good old Pythagoras. Pythagoras of Samos.
No, it's big red button time, Danny. Shut the fuck up.
You know, I think that we should bring
Up,
back.
shut the fuck, Danny.
That's not right.
Up, shut the fuck, you must. Yoda, I am. Gay
Who
you
is it?
are.
What is that voice that you're doing?
Yoda.
Who's that?
Pretend you do not know you are. Gay you are. A little bitch too.
I don't get what you're doing, but okay.
Gay you are a little bitch too.
No, she doesn't make sense either way.
No, it makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense, Danny. You just don't fucking get it because you suck and are cringe. And also, kind of smell a little bit too. You know? Kind of smell a little bit. You know, not even gonna lie to you. Not even gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna tell you like it is, Danny. I don't know if you're ready for that. I don't know if you're ready for that. But I am. And you smell a little bit. And not in a good way. Okay? And get on that, okay? Can you fix
So
that?
big red wedding question is
You can have the car of your dreams, but you can only drive 25 miles a day.
I live in Houston. I'm not gonna be able to get anywhere, unfortunately. So I have to pass, even if I wanted to.
See, I thought you were gonna say I live in Houston. I'm fine.
No, like my drive one way is 21 miles. I wouldn't be able to go anywhere. I'd just be stuck at my destination.
I mean, sucks to be you.
Like I think that like if you live in a small town, maybe that's possible, but like otherwise, it's like 25 is not enough miles.
No, I think no.
Like if it's only 25 miles on that dream car and I can drive another car, maybe.
No, you just no. You're done.
Yeah, see, that's not gonna work for me then, because I'm gonna have to drive 21 miles to what's it called, the school. I'm gonna have to leave my car there. I guess fall asleep, and then drive back on the weekend because I can't miss classes. You know.
You know what sucks, right? Is I live in a tiny ass town, but I could actually do it the majority of the time. It's just, the thousands of um the thousands of mile road trip that I'm about to do, you know. That's the only
Yeah.
issue. And it would take me Danny, can you beat my calculator?
Hey, can you do me a favor? I'm gonna stall for a second. I'm gonna be right back.
Stocks in the market. Am I right, guys? I'm actually um okay, is he gone? Okay. Don't let him fucking fool you. He's a Star Wars fan. He's been telling me about Bomb Vimden, about Kit Fisto. Oh, hey buddy. How you
Okay,
doing?
I'm back. How good was your stalling? Did you stall well?
Yeah, definitely.
They didn't even
Yeah,
know I was gone, right?
yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. You guys know what I'm talking about, though, right, guys? You guys know? They know.
So my favorite part about Thunderbolts was when he drove the limo into the desert and was like beeping it, and then it was like, "Yelena, it's your dad," and she was like embarrassed the whole time.
Shut the fuck
So
up.
That was like one of
Shut
my
up.
favorite parts.
Shut up.
Did I mention that I like Red
Shut up.
Guardian a lot? I think it's
Shut up.
very funny.
Shut up, bitch. Shut up. We're
My
getting out
second
of
favorite
here.
part of the movie
No, we're getting out of here.
was the part where they were like,
All
"Oh
right.
my
Thank
God,
you
it's
all very much for
Bucky!
listening.
Yeah, Bucky! Woo!" And then like he shot the thing on the back of his
Thank you
on the
very
back of
much
the
for
car. You know what I
listening.
mean?
We wanna encourage you to join our Patreon. If you wanna support us, we have some cool rewards. You get to hear these episodes early and ad free. So you're hearing them on Thursday afternoon instead of Tuesday. That's like fucking forever in advance, right? That's like a million years in advance. That's
Yeah,
so crazy.
yeah. Let us spoil Thunderbolts for you, so that way nobody else can.
Exactly. I mean, it came out last week. The fucking like if you haven't heard that they changed the fucking title and that they're in the new Avengers, that's on you at that point. You know what I mean?
I'm
Um, it sounded like you were about to say something, Danny. What were you gonna say? Was it gonna be something dumb and stupid?
I said I'm gonna go again next week, so I can spoil it again for y'all next week.
I mean, that's a good idea. I like that idea. Um,
I also only want to go because they're gonna give me another poster.
I hope they don't. I hope they just decide that you suck and they actually like break into your house and take it back away from you. I think that would be a good idea.
I hope they don't do that.
I hope they do. I hope they do actually. I don't think you fucking deserve it, to be honest.
But I went in person and I got the poster.
I don't really give a fuck, to be honest. I don't really give a shit, to be perfectly fucking blunt with you. I don't give a fuck. So how about put it in your pipe and smoke it? How about that? Okay? Can you do that? Can you do that? Thanks, pumpkin. Thanks, sweetheart. Appreciate it. Um so yeah. Yeah, remember, join our Patreon where it's really cool. You get to hear it early. We have some cool movie commentaries. You get to hear us watch Attack of the Clones, which Danny insists that he doesn't remember, but definitely does. Um, you get to hear him become a true Star Wars fan, as God always intended for him to be. Um, which is very fun, and I think you'll really enjoy it. So definitely go check that out.
Yeah, I
Um,
love the part where they do the little hand sign and they're on like the ship with all the people. And then there's like I think an alien on the crew. And they have the Spock and Spock goes, "Man, this is really a Star War that we're in, you know?"
uh huh.
I
Uh-huh.
do like that part.
He's
Like
trying to gaslight you guys into thinking that he's not a Star Wars fan. But like if you held a gun to his nuts and you
I
said,
also love that Black Mirror episode that's kind of like supposed to be a Star Wars like, kind of like reference, you know?
if you put a gun to his nuts and you said name all 12 members of the Jedi Council, he would be like, which Jedi Council? They constantly keep rotating because so many members die. And then you wouldn't be able to shoot him in the nuts because it was a trick question. You know? So don't let him fucking fool you. Don't let him fucking patronize you, okay? Don't let him fucking patronize you. Instead, you should patronize us by joining our Patreon. Boom, brought it full circle. I'm There we go. There we go. Right? Right? Yeah. We are on social media. We are at IIHS Podcast on Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, and YouTube. Go check us
Tumblr,
out. We're not on Tumblr.
Reddit,
We're not on Reddit.
X, Twitter,
Doesn't exist. Twitter
Blue Sky,
exists. We are on Blue
Facer,
Sky.
MySpace, Facebook,
Does
um,
MySpace even still exist?
it does in our hearts. IBD. Let me think. That might be it for this week. A lot of different places you can find us. Just look up our name.
In your hearts?
IIHS.
You can find us in your hearts.
Yes, we're there as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So just search deep into your heart and you'll find us. Um, but unfortunately, you can't give us money in your hearts. So Patreon's the best place for that. Um, but yeah, definitely go check us out. We try and have these uploaded to YouTube on the same day. Um, sometimes we don't. Fuck you. I do what I want. I do what I fucking want. How about that? If you have a fucking problem,
Yeah, he has to drive at 135 degrees, you know, so like forgive him for not
if I
running it right away.
drove at 135 degrees, I would die of heat stroke. Bitch.
Well, that's like an average Tuesday over here, you know. I don't know why you're being such a wimp about
My
it.
name is Kael. I'm incredibly influential.
My name is Danny and I'm highly successful.
Apparently not at math or at spelling, because you still can't spell Pythagoras, bitch.